Aloha, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Waimea Bay, Oahu, September 15th, 2016, 8:17 in the morning. Perfect day to talk about sales. And I'm going through a series with you of how to fix a sales slump before it happens. So let's say you have one sales call that goes wrong. I've been able to pinpoint with a lot of salespeople that one call that caused them to hit a sales slump. So I want to work with you so you don't have that problem and it's easier for you to close deals, okay? So the next thing, the third thing in the video, right? Third thing in the video is have a checklist. Have a checklist. Now, one of the coolest things that I ever did was I went through my entire sales process and I checked off all the things that I was supposed to do, okay? And anytime that I'd get done with a sales call, good or bad, I would go through my checklist and say, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I miss? And I would look for common trends. And I would note that, like, okay, for the profession that I was in, if I was in the call for less than 90 minutes, I didn't have a good closing rate. Closing rate went down. I also found that if I was in the call for longer than 2.5 hours, what is that, 150 minutes, I didn't close the deal. So like I had like a time window that I needed to close the deal within. But I would have never known that had I would have not worked off my checklist. And I would start noticing like, okay, I missed this over here. This is the objection that I got. I did this, I didn't get objections. So there's certain things that you're doing that are causing some of your struggles, and it's gonna take some time and effort on your part. I mean, you're gonna have to sit down and you're gonna have to look at your presentation and you're gonna have to go through and outline it. But here's the thing, when you take the time to do the things that other salespeople don't, you become a closer, okay? Now, there's also times where going through the sales process, I knew what, after enough time out in the field, I knew what needed to be in the presentation and I knew what I could take out of the presentation and still be okay. But this took a while for me. This wasn't right off the bat. This wasn't something that I was able to like the first day of sales to do. This took me a long time to figure out. To make sure that I could do this the right way. So I want to make sure you understand, no shortcuts. So if you're new to the sales process, there's all these fundamentals and all these things right here that you got to learn. And when you take some shortcuts and you leave stuff out, that's when you get to objections and end up in some sales struggle. So make a checklist, write down everything that you're supposed to do, write down all the questions that you're supposed to ask, and then print it out. And you know, I'd have sales guys ride with me and we would go get in the car, because I did in-home sales, and we would leave the call and I would pull over and I would start doing check boxes. They're like, hey, why aren't you talking to me? I'm like, hold on, I got to get this done. And then they would go, oh, that's pretty cool. Can I get a copy of that? How about you pay me for it? They're, well, why don't you just give me one for free? No, because here's the thing. If you start handing stuff like this out to everybody, you know, they may not value what it is. This is a decision for you. I'm just going to let you know what I learned over time dealing with salespeople. If they don't have anything in the pot, anything in the game, then chances are good they're not going to use it and they're just going to throw it away. And you know, not all the time did I share all the tools that I was using with people, so I'm letting you know I got a lot of tools that I'm sharing with you, my YouTube friend. You're my YouTube buddy, okay? So make a checklist. Make a checklist of what you're supposed to do, and then once you're done with the call, whether you sell it or not, there you go. And I also, you know, sit down and figure out my commissions, you know, so it was like 3 pages for me. It was 2 pages of checklist, last page was commissions, okay? So build a checklist, it'll help you out. Because in that way, you have like a month's worth of things that you're doing, and you got it, time out. You have to be real about what you're doing. If you're not doing something, you can't mark it off on the box. If you are doing something, then mark it off. If you're kind of doing something, I don't know what you do at that point, okay? Mark it as not doing it, all right? There you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. It's like somewhere in here. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button, same thing. Subscribe, bam, subscribe. And then send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even link to Scott Sylvan Bell? We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.